We back up in here, man. Tuesday night. Chris Blake, Rolex Risky, man. Let's go. Let's
What
go,
up,
man. Let's
though?
get it in, my guy. You good?
Hey, man, I'm great, man. How about yourself?
Recovering, man. Recovering. Had a 4-day vacation with the homies, so we recovering right now, dog. A lot of, well, I was doing a lot of water, but now I'm back. I'm back to it. It's Tuesday, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I can hear.
You dig? So y'all know how we do it on Tuesday. Man. We talk about sports, politics, and what's going on in society, man. And the biggest topic right now that's across all platforms is the unfortunate passing of Tyre Nichols. In your ex backyard. Let me not say your backyard, your ex backyard of Memphis.
I mean, as much as I don't like it's not that I don't like claiming it. It's just that Memphis is a really dark place, bro. Like it's a really dark place, dude, and it's not really somewhere you go to visit unless you got people who you gotta have a reason to go there. You know what I mean? It's not you just go visit Memphis. We're gonna go to Graceland and get shot. Graceland, where Elvis' old house at is popping. It's going down, bro. So it's like Memphis, man. It's just like a place. It's really dark, bro. It's just really dark out there, man.
Let me see. So it's been a wild run. Boo just passed.
Boo passed.
Dolph was what, last year or 2 years ago? Was it last year, Dolph?
I think Dolph was last year.
Yeah, Dolph was last year. In between there was somebody else in Memphis. It's been a lot in Memphis though, man.
Dolph was a big Scar pass, the other rapper, the young cat.
There you go.
OD.
That's the one that was they talking about bad perks potentially.
Yeah, probably had the fentanyl in it.
Yeah. No, listen, it's been a lot of deaths, popular deaths coming out of Memphis. Unfortunately, I know it's not Memphis, but this is the second trending police case in the Tennessee area. Remember we did the show, what was it, 2 weeks ago about the force down
Laverne, Tennessee. That was right outside of Nashville. Laverne, Tennessee, right outside of Nashville.
Yeah, they were down there, and hold on, did you hear about that? Not to lie, we got to make a little bit of light of this topic, right? Because it's such a wild topic. But did you hear that that white female officer that they was all hitting up? She got some offers, I guess, from like local strip clubs to like do appearances.
Really?
They was trying to give her, they were trying to give her a bag, like, you know what I'm saying? We'll advertise you, come on out, you know what I'm saying? Like, apparently she didn't.
Hey man, her husband took her back. She can't keep going out here embarrassing that man's name. He already need to leave town. They gotta leave town, man.
It was funny because once that popped up, I was like, you know what? I'm sure that one of these porn companies threw some money at her, like, because that's a title waiting to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, I can see her on Blacks now. On Blacks.com, they be getting wrong on that joint. Hey, if there's one place you can still find some pure racism, it's in porn, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
No, that's fact. Like their titles, it's just like yo, okay, that's what we going with. Okay, all right.
I will rattle off some, but the algo hating.
You must respect the algorithm here. You too. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting that she's getting a little bag thrown at her to go over there, and I guess they like, hey man, you was doing it for free, why not get a little bag for it?
Man, I mean, might as well, bro. Like, it's what's funny about that, and it's funny. I don't care if it is racism. Like the white boys, they got suspended, one for a week, the other two for 2 weeks, but the black and Hispanic officers got fired.
Oh yeah, with the lady. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Nobody said nothing about their part. They were too busy laughing about everything to even notice that happened. I'm like, did anybody else see this?
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
It's crazy. All right, let's go, man. Let's get into it, man. Let's talk Tyre Nichols, man. I want to go straight to this because this is, I think by this time, many people know the story, right? Black man, 5 black officers, Memphis police officers, brutal beating, you know what I'm saying? If you have not seen the video, I don't even recommend watching it. It's hard for me to, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even recommend watching. Just know that it didn't end well for the brother.
It was worse than Rodney King, dude. Worse than Rodney King, worse than George Floyd. That's probably the worst police beating caught on camera in the history of police beatings.
It was bad. And but the conversation, because we want to I want to take it back at the end of the show to the original conversation, but the conversation recently has pivoted from just the police brutality to, and look, I'm maybe to my detriment, I'm a defender of black women across all these platforms that I'm always on. And Jason Whitlock he came out, he was on Fox News right after this happened, and he threw out what's become a new theory as to why this went down. So I'm going to play some of this.
You got some advanced nigga theory over there? Let's get it popping.
Whitlock, he was on with Tucker Carlson. Let me not. We'll play this. Here we go.
I can't stand white people when they don't have no lips.
Looked like gang violence to me. It looked like what young black men do when they're supervised by a single black woman. Oh. And that's what they got going on in the Memphis Police Department. They've elected some or put some black woman in charge of the police force. And we're getting the same kind of chaos and disunity and violence that we see in a lot of these cities that are run by others. 5-on-1. Looked like gang violence to me. It looked like what young...
There you go. He said it looked like gang violence to him. You there?
I mean, has anybody checked? Were they all raised by single moms? Has anybody checked it?
Well, his theory comes from...
Let me stop joking.
No, you good. But no, his theory, however, it comes from not necessarily their moms, but the fact that the police chief in Memphis is a black woman.
Oh,
right?
Really?
Yeah. Memphis has a black woman police chief. So his theory goes to the fact of this is what, which is, for me, it's a bit of a stretch, but it's interesting because he was like, yo, you got this black, maybe to your point, maybe he was saying this mimics what those men potentially had at home, which was a single mother that was in charge, and they were chaotic maybe growing up. And now they're police.
Don't beat nobody ass though. Like, what Jason? First off, Jason Whitlock got that leather bomber on. I bet it smell like Newports, even if he don't smoke Newports. Every cat that with them type of jackets smell like cigarettes, bro. Marlboro Light, something, man. But like Jason, wildin'. He wilding with that take, bro. I feel him because, we understand that, cats who don't really have no old man be highly emotional and, lack of control over your emotions and testosterone don't mix well. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he reaching with that one, man. But that's Jason Whitlock for you, though. He come with it when he come.
Yeah,
pause.
Yeah, bro,
damn, man, you.
But I mean, a lot of people are picking up on this thing though, because they're saying, hey, is there something to this in the black community? Because he was saying, first of all, he said it was 5-on-1 to him. It portrayed it looked like gang violence, right? Now, Tupac said a long time ago, man, that, the LAPD, they ain't nothing but a gang. You know what I'm saying? Like Pac said that, he was saying in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Like, and to be fair, when you join the police force, you are literally, they say you are joining a fraternity, right?
Yeah, man, blue wall, baby.
Yeah. So to some, that's not that big of a stretch that like the whole force can be looked at as a gang, right? If we're just keeping it on the basic definition, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for me, when he was saying, let me just play it because he kind of really dismisses her because he was like some black woman. You got to have some credentials to become a police chief. You know what I'm saying?
You just don't walk up to that, bro. You've navigated the politics and everything, like
facts.
Yeah. So he's definitely sexist. We got that confirmed.
Let's play this one more time.
Right.
5-on-1. Looked like gang violence to me. It looked like what young black men do when they're supervised by a single black woman. And that's what they got going on in the Memphis Police Department. They've elected some or put some black woman in charge of the police force.
That's very dismissive.
Yeah, I love me some good old misogyny myself. But yeah, he kind of extreme with it on that one, man. Like
he started off by saying they elected, and then he stopped and said, "Whoa, I'm giving her too much props." They put some black woman in office. You know what I'm saying? They put one of these Negroes in office.
Negress. Negress they got down there. Like, man, come on, Jason, man. Sometimes, man, dude, because like, some people write him off, because he has those views and he talks like that. He goes on Fox News and I think he really believes it, but at the same time, though, man, sometimes dude makes some points, but on that one, I think he kind of off on that one, man. He wilding a little bit, man.
Yeah, and of all people, Sierra jumped out there and like kind of checked him.
Russell Wilson, Sierra?
Yeah, Russell Wood. And let me say
We won't
this.
say anything about nothing.
Yeah, I thought this was one that maybe Sierra should have set out on.
I don't even know what she said, and I know she should have sat out on it. Like, Shawty, get in the studio, man. Come on.
But here's what Jason came back with, because people been getting at him all week. This is a recent tweet from him. He said, "Look, I wish preachers would call out the insanity and corrosiveness of the baby mama culture we've normalized. If preachers did their jobs, I wouldn't say a word. I know how screwed up I am, but this matriarchal worship is killing us."
I mean, man, I've sat on this pod myself and talked about the numbers compared to two-parent homes, like just the numbers in a matriarchal society, which is the only one in the world that I know of, which is Black Americans, right? Do you know of another one?
With what?
With a matriarchal like society, like the head of household is normally the mother. Like, I don't really know of another one other than Black Americans.
Yeah.
If you gotta think that hard, more than likely.
Yeah, no, I can't. I mean, yeah, I don't want to say, you know me, I'm always trying to play devil's advocate. So no, I'm just gonna say no, but easy answer, right? Because I'm not gonna,
Yeah, but the thing is that, man, it's look at the numbers pre and post, and it's a drastic difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some conditions that add to that. It ain't solely just mother's the head of household and single mother raised people, but I mean, there are the numbers ain't really that great, man. Like, I know they like to blame it on mass incarceration and things of that nature, but man, if you don't have no man in the house, bro, like, and you got boys in the house, where are they really learning how to be a man from?
No, right? So,
it's a harsh reality. I know nobody want to talk about it because they're like, well, he ain't doing his job. But it's like, ain't it kind of your job to find a man to be there? You know what I mean? Like, and it's a lot of factors to that too. Maybe she felt unloved. This dude came talking the right talk. It's a lot of, you know what I mean? But we got to be honest, man. Like the numbers in the matriarchal societies are not really killing it, man. It ain't looking too good, dude.
Let me ask you that, because you
got a point with that, man.
What's up, Jasmine? You said something interesting in there. You said if you're a woman, with kids, ain't it your job to get a man in there? I don't know if I've ever heard it put that way. That made me think, like, that's an interesting thing, right? Is that, I don't know, because I mean, I don't know where you were necessarily going. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, I mean, just straight up. It's like, man, okay, it's two people in a relationship. It's on you to see the flaws in this dude that you're letting enter you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's on you, it's on the man to look at the flaws of the woman that he's with as well and say, oh, is this something I can handle or something I can't handle? And, you two come together. It's like, it's both of y'all responsibility. But let's be honest here, with the woman having to carry the baby, and this dude can just walk out at any time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to kind of make sure you get a dude that's a stand-up guy, Like, you can't ignore the red flags as a woman. Because at the end of the day, you end up with the kid, and he end up maybe with another woman making another kid somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm going to make a point, and I'm going to defeat my own point at the same time. No, real talk, because I think because I think it's something to be said of sometimes you don't see those red flags until maybe, quote unquote, it's too late, right? Maybe the red flags don't pop up until there's some turbulence on the plane, right? Now all of a sudden I see this, right? But then the other side of that would be, what's that courtship like? You know what I'm saying? Maybe we are, but I don't know if that's a Black thing, right? I think that's society. Society has normalized jumping in bed with somebody super quick, right?
Yeah, man. It's a human thing for the most part. It's just like the numbers when it comes to not having a man in the house or a two-parent home, they're looking really bad for Black Americans. So that's why, we kind of saying that. But no, it's a human thing at the end of the day to feel unloved and, seek solace with somebody who you think love you or think is there for you, and then they turn out not to be. So, but you just got to make sure, man, you dotting your I's, crossing your T's, and making sure this guy's down, man. Like, we ain't saying you're bad for being a single mom. We just saying, man, like, being a Black boy in this world without a father, man, that shit, it hits different, dude.
Jasmine said, she said, yes, they should. Single fathers find a woman, whether it's his mom, sister, cousin, for a mother figure role, so it can be done vice versa. That's true. Right. See, I'm thinking only like relationship wise, but to her point, it don't got to be a relationship. It can just, it could be, She's saying it could be somebody else to kind of step in and be that male figure role. Are you saying it has to be somebody that she's in a relationship with, or just a man?
I mean, I ain't saying it gotta be shit. I'm just saying what I was observing. It could be whatever somebody like. I don't have no baby mom at all, so I don't know what the hell, you know what I mean? But like, if you got love in your life from a man, and got a man showing you the way, it helps. But ain't nothing like your own man, your old man in your life, bro. Like, you can have a stepfather, but if your old man telling you he gonna come by and he'll never show up, and you sitting on the porch with your bag, that shit sticks with you, dude.
Yeah, it's the Will Smith episode, right? Like, he had Uncle Phil, who's a great role model, right? Showing him a lot of good stuff.
Perfect example.
His dad showed up and he was ready to make moves.
He said, man, I can't say the F-bomb. Like, hey man, I quit. I quit. He said, fuck Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
Basically, when his old man showed up, Uncle Phil was obsolete almost. He was ready to hit the road with him. He's like, you don't talk about my dad, before he had his, breakthrough scene.
Right.
He was like, yeah, because dude, it hits different, man. You can have an uncle, you know what I mean? You can have a cousin, but that ain't the same as your old man. And we want to make it seem like it's both of their responsibilities. But if you're looking outside, and let's say, for instance, if a woman has women friends, let's say 5 of y'all, only one of y'all got a husband. I mean, man, come on now. Can't you see? Like, I mean, y'all don't talk and say, this is what such and such did. Now he my baby father. I can't find him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you got to kind of take initiative and see that it's going to be on me, even if he don't want to do nothing. Even if this dude a liar, all that shit, like,
To be fair, though, Blake, because I think the conversation we having right now is a valuable conversation, right?
Okay.
But I think that's not what was at Jason Whitlock saying this in this context, for me, doesn't fit.
Oh, no. Jason Whitlock just shooting off. He wilding.
Yeah.
So it don't fit at all. Like, he being dismissive of a black woman who made it to the top of her game in a male-dominated environment. Like, what he doing is just straight up. I don't know. I wonder if he's serious with what he's saying.
Yeah, let me play it again. Maybe if you just joined us or you just turned us on, wherever you're listening to the podcast at, man. We're talking about Tyre Nichols, his unfortunate demise, but we're talking a little bit about Jason Whitlock when he was on Tucker Carlson and what he said, because he was relating this. He was putting the death of Tyre Nichols on black women, and I'll let him explain.
5-on-1 looked like gang violence to me. It looked like what young black men do when they're supervised by a single black woman. And that's what they got going on in the Memphis Police Department. They've elected or put some black woman in charge of the police force. And we're getting the same chaos and disunity and violence that we see in a lot of these cities that are run by single mothers. 5-on.
There you go.
They play.
I told you
why is he being so dismissive, man? Jason Whitlock trying to get clicks, bro.
Yeah, hey, because he started off by saying they elected. He was like, hey, some black woman they put in there. They just put somebody. So Jasmine said, cut him off.
I swear, man. I really don't want to hear no more either. And I swear to God, I love me some good old misogyny, man. That right there, though, is just unfair, though, man. And when we're talking about, like, single moms, we're just trying to bring some clarity to it, because we're not saying, like, that's what he's getting at. But it is an element to not having an old man that kind of make a boy, not really know how to control their emotions. And I think that's what he's trying to get at. But it's like he just wilding though, man. It's not cool.
Because I think what he's talking about is potentially like just a mental psyche, right?
Yeah.
That he's saying that it's a good possibility, and I'm not saying he's even wrong in this. It's a good possibility that out of those 5 black officers, it's a great chance that 3 to 4 of them were raised by a single mother. It's a good chance.
Especially coming out of Memphis. I swear to God.
Yeah, statistically speaking,
Memphis,
now,
definitely.
It's a good chance that at least 3, possibly 4 of them were raised by a single mother, right?
Right.
And what he's saying is they took that upbringing, then they joined the police force. Now they got a woman as the police chief. Maybe subconsciously.
I can get away with that shit.
Yeah, it's the same. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mama got my back.
You feel me?
Yeah. There's some really heavy mental shit right there, right? Yeah, man. And it's not. Do you think that's what he was getting at?
Yes, that's exactly what he was talking about. Because think about it, Blake. To your point, the reason that you were saying this, the reason that a lot of people say that you need a male in the household is because what? As a young boy growing up,
you know how to control your emotions, man.
Yes, because your daddy that father figure can check you a lot of times in a way that your mom either won't check you or maybe is not capable of checking you.
She can't.
Right?
By 13, she pretty much obsolete. Like, what's she gonna do? She probably scared of you.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? She probably scared of you, bro. So
I agree, Jasmine. He is reaching. I think it's a reach. I think it's a super reach, Jasmine, but I think it's a reach.
It's
but
some validity, right?
Yeah, when you step back and think, you're like, well, subconsciously, is this a thing? You know what I'm saying? Because we also have to admit, Jasmine, that there is in our community, there is that culture. Like we got to be real about that, right?
You got to, man. It's an uncomfortable conversation to have, and that's why people don't have it more.
Look, Jasmine, I catch a lot of arrows, a lot of darts, because I go out of my way to defend Black women, because I'm saying like that culture exists, right? But a lot of brothers will say, man, she don't let me see the kid. Listen, bro, ain't nothing no woman gonna ever do, right? Or can ever do to where I'm not gonna be in my kid's life.
I swear to God, that's some weird stuff to
go down
say,
to
right?
the courthouse myself and put myself on child support so I can get visitation, right? So man, all that
niggas talking like they talking like moms when they say, I'm doing the best I can. Like, boy, you got testosterone. Quit playing.
Right. Okay.
Like, for real.
Hold on. Let's have a conversation with Jasmine, because Jasmine is saying this is being stereotypical for the role parents take. Not all moms are gentle / passive, and not all fathers are disciplinary. I agree, right? I agree. But
percentage-wise, though.
What you say? Say it again, Blake.
Percentage-wise, though.
That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah. If we go in large numbers, though, right? Because look, my T lady didn't play. My T lady, she wasn't for the bullshit. My mom was raised. She had 5 brothers. She was the only girl, so she wasn't for the foolishness.
Oh, she was the only girl.
Yeah, she had 5
tricks and everything. She knew all the boy tricks and everything. So yeah,
she had 5 brothers, so she wasn't for none of the foolishness. You did,
but still had that backup.
I did still have my daddy and my
you know what I'm saying?
And on top of that, my pops was a Marine, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I hear you, Jasmine. I'm not dismissing it. Okay, Jasmine said, if anything, from my opinion, they wouldn't have messed up because they would fear the trouble they get in from the mom / female boss. See, I think that's what Jason Whitlock and other people are saying, is that maybe it's that subconscious thing that I ain't worried about mama. You know what I'm saying? I can just go talk to mama. Because, like, listen, most boys that grew up with mama, they know how to, this is where you first how to learn how to finesse women, for lack of a better term.
Exactly. I knew where you were going. Exactly. That's how you kind of learn how to do it, because she ain't going to be as hard, because your mama's is mama's boy, daddy's girl for a reason, bro. You know what I mean? And she's not going to be as hard. I don't know if they subconsciously thought that, but it's not much of a reach to think that they subconsciously thought something like that. You know what I mean? Like I was in Memphis, the first 18, 19 years of my life, bro. I ain't never heard of no cops beating the hell out of somebody that bad. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I'm in my late 30s now, but like I ain't never heard of the cops beating nobody.
Old head.
Basically. You know how I did that? Getting the hell out of Memphis.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm with you, Jasmine. I think Jasmine said that's where I see difference. All the moms I know are tough / low-key harsh.
Let me get on that. Let me get on that right quick.
Go ahead.
You know why they do that? They overcompensate if they don't have a man in their life. They're overcompensating, and they're trying to speak and be tough and rough like a man would be. But a man don't really have to be rough and tough, because you can just say, hey, chill. 2 words. Hey, chill. You ain't got to say, oh, look at your head down, motherfucker. I told you, motherfucker. You ain't got to do all that as a man. So they're trying to emulate a man with that type of energy. And usually it don't work, because if you're 16 with a 6-pack and bench pressing 225 pounds, what the hell mama going to do? It ain't no threat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I hear you, but they probably talk crazy, but they know they ain't going to. Come on. Some of these women are scared of them dudes. They just act like they can whoop their ass, but they know they ain't. So you get to talking like big shit. So it's not, it sucks, because I hate it for them.
There was a story we covered last year. I think this was in New York, of a mom who her son got mad about something and tore up the goddamn spot.
Oh yeah. Remember that? Yep.
Tore that damn crib up. I'm talking about like tore
completely
up so bad,
too.
like he tore.
She took the video game, didn't she?
I think it was something like that, right?
Yeah.
And he tore up the whole crib. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, yo, I can't do nothing with him. She was like, he's 14, but he like 6'2".
14.
He like a big old boy. I can't do nothing with him. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody else like, where's dad at? That was never answered. You know why? Because, man, maybe he skipped out. I don't know, but it's happening too much, bro.
But see, that's why I come back to the fact that I always hold dudes accountable. I promise you, I don't give no slack. And I know people say, I've been, listen, I get the emails in the text, in the chat. I've gone back to shows. I've been called a simp, all that fly shit, right? Because they're like, that nigga simping, whatever you want to call it, right? But what I'm saying is, as a man, right, there's nothing that can legally keep you from your kids unless you do something illegal, right? But even then, you can still take measures to where you can have some type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that woman can do. Now, if you're saying that she be in an affair, hey, bro, you go down to that courthouse, put yourself on child support, they're going to automatically set up visitation, no matter what. That's what's going to come with that. Now, if you say, oh, well, I don't want them getting in my business. Well, see, now you're making excuses now, right?
You don't want to do it no way.
Or don't you? You did?
Don't want to do it no way. They're just making some BS up. Yep.
Yeah. But all right, so we can stay on that all day. Here's where I want to go, though. Let's go to Tyre specifically, because you potentially have a little bit of a read on this. Something started trending on, not trending, but on social media started popping up that, man, this wasn't a random thing that occurred, right? People started saying, go ahead.
So I still got homies in Memphis, you know what I mean? The word on the town is, I ain't said that. Word on the street? Yeah, word on the street is that, the Tyre kid was messing with one of the officers' baby moms. They worked at the same spot, FedEx, worked together, and they say he was knocking her off. And some people say he was, they were just, cool or whatever. But, they saying that Shorty was using him to make the baby dad jealous, one of the officers. I forgot which one of them, like the name of the one that was that the ringleader who said, "No, we about to get this cat." But overall, they saying that when that happened, he took pictures of Tyre sitting up against the car, all beaten, bloody, and sent it to her. I don't know how accurate that is, but word on the street is that the Tyre kid was messing with one of the cops' baby moms, and that cop happens to be somebody that a couple of my homeboys knew just playing Xbox online. That's how they knew him. And so they didn't really just know him like that, but they knew him just by playing Xbox online around town and shit like that. But yeah, that's basically it, man. Like, they saying that Tyre was messing with one of the cops' baby mothers. And
now listen, we do gotta say allegedly, right? Because we don't got confirmation on that.
Hey, that's like the real word on the street is nigga allegedly, ain't it?
Yeah.
Hey man, word on the street is
you got to put that allegedly.
But you got to technically say, yeah, allegedly that's what it is. It could be a rumor, man, but like, if you're like me and stupid enough to have watched that damn video, it went across my timeline. I looked at it, I was like, wow, it's probably some of the worst shit I've seen from a cop ever. Yeah. But it looked very personal, man. It's like, how could y'all think you were gonna get away with this? And why are y'all doing this, man, like this? It's not. I mean, we've seen cops shoot cats, shit, kneel on their neck, but like a constant beating, macing, and probably tase them. I'm hearing they probably tase them. I mean, it's like, dude, that seemed mad personal, man. It was taking turns with dude, man. That shit was crazy. And it's like, y'all know him?
It's definitely not a stretch to say, yo, that when you step back and say, yeah, you know what, that did look personal.
It looked very personal, man.
You know what I mean?
And one of the cats say, all right, and one of the dudes that let me see what he said, man. I forgot I got an Apple Watch. I can go back to my text messages.
Oh, throw your money in our face. Go ahead.
No, man, look, that is not shit. You get one of these joints. Buy an iPhone, get an Apple Watch free. Yeah. Enjoy that, man. So let's see. Oh yeah, so we say somebody that worked with his wife, one of my homeboys back in the town, said somebody worked with his wife, know the chick. She worked in the hub with dude. Hub is part of the FedEx deal or whatever. And say the chick shut down her social media, withdrew her kid from school, and skipped town. Now that could be just because she's the mother of that dude, who was involved in that BS. Or it could be because she instigated it. Who knows? Yeah. Allegedly, of course, you know what I mean? But who knows, man? It's a horrible story if that's how it went down. But I mean, they can't do nothing to her for that, right? let's say, for instance, it is true.
No, she didn't do anything.
I mean, even if she was playing around and using dude as bait, you know what I mean? I'm saying, like, using dude as, you know, something to make the cat jealous. I mean, she can't really get nothing for that. But if people in the town know, I mean, that's can't really walk around with that on your back, knowing that, you know, people know that you did that if that's, you know, the case, allegedly. But
man, it's well, not funny, but it's crazy because I got a good friend. He like an older brother to me, right? He only a year older than me, but the nigga still like an older brother to me, and we were roommates for a little bit. And his baby mother, her at that time, I don't know if they still together, but her husband, fiance, whatever it was a police officer. And it was always like a lot of drama going on, you know what I'm saying? And he used to always kind of be like, you know, I can't really, you know, it's difficult for me to always step in, you know what I'm saying? Because like this nigga a cop, he already don't like me, you know what I'm saying? And he was a black cop, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, dude, you know what I'm saying, kind of already made some suggestions that, nigga, if you get involved, you know what I'm saying, I can do something to like mess your life up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, listen, it's not a straight, listen, bro, we got to have an honest conversation about police officers, right?
They abuse the hell out of their power sometimes.
Yeah, man. I'm not saying every police officer is bad, but police officers are human beings just like everybody else.
Everybody else, man.
You know what I mean? If I find out that somebody doing whatever with my lady, you know what I'm saying? And I got a situation where I can potentially, you know what I'm saying? Listen, bro, people have done way crazier stuff for love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
it's not far-fetched, is it, man? Like,
once you start really thinking about, like, you know what? With that, now it makes more sense, right? Let me call my boys up. We finna go get this nigga, man. Yeah, this nigga. Yeah, man. I can't believe. Yeah, you know what this nigga doing, bro? Yeah, this nigga fuck with my baby. Yeah, this nigga tripping, man. Let's go test this. Now, look, I don't think, you know what I'm saying, that they meant to happen what happened, but that's sometimes the byproduct, right? It's a bunch of people in prison right now who didn't mean shit to go the way it went.
Man, I swear to God, man. Why did you see it? Did you see the video?
I cut it off halfway through, so I don't know what I missed, right?
Man, how hard they going? I don't see how they thought the boy was gonna live after that. I really don't see how they thought he was gonna live, man. So,
yeah, no, I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you.
Yeah, so I don't know what the hell. Like, and that brings up another case, like with policing. All right, let's say, for instance, because, you know, I got a homeboy on the force. He said that, you know, people will run from the cops, and when they catch the person, they'll beat the hell out of them.
Yeah.
That's been said before. I don't know if that's the Tyre case or whatever.
Full disclosure, because I know somebody might bring this up later on. I've kind of low-key endorsed that in the past. That, like, yo, listen, if you a cop and you had to run and chase this motherfucker, hey, bro, you deserve to get a couple, maybe a couple rib shots. Just, hey,
man, that's different. Like a couple eye, you know what I'm saying? Boom, one in the eye, like one in the jaw, something like that. But like the baton.
I'm not trying to make light of what happened, but I'm just trying to give full disclosure that I've kind of said that.
We all know that shit insane what they did. Yeah.
But you know why I say it though, Chris Blake? Because I feel like that's kind of human nature, bro. Right?
To take shit out of context or take it the wrong way?
No. I think it's human nature that, like, these are human beings that are police officers. So
you just made my day harder.
Yeah. Now you had to make my whole damn job. Like, think about this. Whatever job you have, when someone makes your job harder than it has to be, there's something that you do, right? I don't know what that something is, right? But there's something typically that people do, not all the time, but sometimes out of frustration because you just made my damn job that hard, right?
Yeah.
And look, that this wasn't the case in this situation, but far be it for maybe you bust some shots at me. Oh, nigga, now when I catch you, I gotta touch you up maybe a couple.
Got to.
But anyway, go ahead though, Chris. But
yeah, what the hell was I saying though?
I forgot. I totally hijacked that shit, bro.
It's all good, man. Shit, we fine right now.
Yeah, no, because I just want to jump in on that, bro. Just because, you know, it was.
Yeah, but overall, man, I mean, what can we really say about this shit, man? Like, Jason Whitlock got his hot takes, but, you know, he just trying to get some airtime. Because when the last time you heard Jason Whitlock name popping? I haven't heard his name popping in a long time.
Let me put this comment up. Here we go. It's crazy. It's crazy to me that officers don't hold themselves to the standard they want us to respect them at.
Well, Jasmine, 2 years ago on this platform, when George Floyd happened, before we potted that day, I talked to one of my police homeboy. And he brought to my attention, like, yo, and he asked, he was like, man, think about how many encounters or interactions don't end anywhere close to that. How people just, we stop you, give you a ticket, go on about your day. I don't think this is like a majority like of officers thing. And I'm not trying to cape for officers, like, good officers, bad apples in a bunch type shit. It's just, man, don't many interactions end like that, man. We get what, one or two a year, 3 a year, or something like that, where it's like, that was really horrible. So, nah, man, I don't think most officers carry themselves that way. Quick story.
Let's go.
Maybe a month ago, right? I was about to go get braided. 2 police officers were coming into my building. I had my pistol on because the area I go get braided at, let's just say it's a place you might want to carry a pistol to. The best service for hair is in bad neighborhoods. Good food,
hilarious.
The best soul food, the best beauticians, haircuts in fucked up neighborhoods, man. So I got my pistol in my, I'm a jacking and shit like that. I'm licensed though. I'm licensed up here. So so the police coming into the building, I'd say what up though, you know what I mean? Because I'm a law-abiding citizen. So as I'm about to exit the ramp and go to my car, they come back out the building like, hey man, do you have a key? And I, I was like, yeah. Y'all good though? Y'all safe? Y'all supposed to be here, right? Just joking around. I got a pistol on me. You know what I'm saying? We just laughing. You know what I'm saying? Real quick exchange. Let them in the building. Boom. Walked off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's police officers, man. They people too, bro. Like, like it's not. I've never had a bad encounter with a police officer to where I'm like, damn, man, police suck. If anything, I've been one talking shit sometimes. When I was younger and didn't understand. You know what I mean? But never like, I never had no encounter, man, no bad interaction. So nah, it's like you gotta respect the officer because it is authority, and there's not many interactions that end that bad, man. That shit is unheard of what they did.
I think we need to talk about the media, though, because I can agree that not many interactions end that bad, right? But how many of these interactions? Because look, had it not ended in a fatality, we probably wouldn't hear about it, but that would still be picked up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It would be. What I was about to say. Shit, I lost my train of goddamn thought. I hate when that happens. I ain't even smoked today. That's probably why. It might be. Why I be doing them edibles too, man. Shit. I ain't did none today though. Maybe I should have. Shit. But man, like. I just can't really. I mean, when you own shit, you like officers. Somebody break into your house, somebody break into your car, you call, get your police report, y'all chop it up like these motherfuckers been stealing around here for whatever. But really, then you gotta think about too, man. We're talking about this. Is what I was thinking, Memphis, right? Mm-hmm. That area, because they had that unit called the Scorpion Unit. That area that they police. I mean, the name is fitting. They really got to go out there and weed out. Man, Memphis is tough. I don't know if motherfuckers tuning in. It's been a Memphis, man. Memphis is rough, bro. Like, them some real killers out there. Mm-hmm. Even the nerdy niggas got pistols and ready to shoot something. You know what I'm saying? So, like you can't really just talk to them like, hey, sir, could you please turn it down, tone down. I'm just trying to help you. I mean, man, come on, man. It's a rough town, bro. And they police a rough area. It's not giving them, like, a right to say you gotta, treat a person like a piece of garbage and nothing like that, man. But when you it's simple as this, right? Nobody is more certain than the guy who's never had to do it. Like, have you ever had to go police some motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Like the Tyre case, what makes that even more relevant that it's possibly like a lover's quarrel type thing? Because that Tyre Nichols dude was a skateboarder, bro. He wasn't no thug. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes it seem like it could have been a lover's quarrel. But, like, the average Memphian in that area that they police, man, those some rough cats, man. Like, some rough dudes, man.
And look, that takes me back to the movie New Jack City, right? Where, who is it? Mario Van Peebles is the detective in charge of bringing down Nino Brown. And he says, yo, I need some New Jack cops to bring down the New Jack gangsters. This is where you get Ice-T.
Nobody remembers the white dude's name. Did he have a name? Who's just the white dude? I do not know his name. Color Me Bad looking motherfucker.
He look like dude, Color Me Bad. They had that song. Didn't they have that song in the damn movie?
They did. Yeah. It probably was him. We just didn't even, look at the credits on that joint.
folks got to, first of all, let me step back. Folks got to understand that I Want to Sex You Up is one of the greatest songs of all time, nigga. That shit gets
it is a classic.
Ooh.
It was such a multicultural group. Had an Italian.
They did. And they were from
Irishman.
Oklahoma. They're from Oklahoma.
I thought they were from New York. They're from Oklahoma.
I think they're from, I'm pretty sure they're from Oklahoma, bro.
Wow.
It's either them or All for One. I feel like it's Color Me Bad, though. Because All for One was like a kind of a multicultural group.
They were, man. Had a black cat, white cat, Mexican.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Ain't been no Mexican R&B singer since that dude.
Well, like, do you count? What's the nigga that is it Frankie J? You don't count Frankie J?
Is it Frankie J?
Who's the nigga on the joint with Baby Bad? Sugar.
Oh,
Sugar, I get so.
One.
You don't fuck with Sugar, sugar, how you get so fly?
These All for One had 2 joints. You know what I'm saying? Like, I swear.
Oh, that was
old niggas.
No, that's All for One. Yes, All for One. So Color Me Bad had I Want to Sex You Up, and what else?
That's it. But it was huge though. It was like after that one, do you need another one? Shit.
Ooh.
So record exec still paying for his yacht with that money from that song.
Yeah, that was the shit. Apparently that group is ratchet as fuck. They was like fighting on stage a couple years ago. That shit's crazy. Anyway, that shit was crazy. Anyway, I don't know where the fuck we started. I
don't know, man, because for real, I ain't trying to spend no hour talking about no police beating. Like this. I'm not laughing at it, but it's just like that shit. It's hard.
Let me ask you this. Okay, let's go here because here's the portion of this that on a certain level, this is gonna sound morbid. I'm kind of glad this, I don't want to say glad this happened. I'm kind of glad this was brought to light. And here's what I mean. When black people historically have protested police brutality, I think white people took that as a avenue to say they're talking about white people, right? And I think if we really look at it, black folks were always saying that the police force is just an extension of white supremacy, right? You become a police officer and now they indoctrinate you, so to speak, and you become an extension of this potentially or what many people perceive as a white supremacist culture or a white supremacist agenda, right? You become the force of that. And so that's not a color thing, right? That's an agenda thing. Now, with that being said, man, people were saying years, like when the George Floyd thing happened a few years ago. Now I don't want to say the thing, when the George Floyd murder happened a few years ago, right? One of the first things that came to people was like, yo, should there be more black officers?
What? Hey, man, let me go ahead and make people uncomfortable.
Let's go.
Do you know how to really oppress people? Like, for instance, if you had a company and it's like, who can I get to make sure these MFs do their job, right? You put somebody over this group that's of that same group because they think they know your tricks. They think they know, you being slick or whatever. Go to say, like, a black officer, is it white supremacy or is it just the infighting that goes on in each group? Because you can ask anybody from any group, like, yo, man, when you got fucked over, who did it? Like, yeah, ask a white dude. Yeah, it was my homie around the corner, another white dude. Ask a Mexican cat. Yeah, man, it was fucking Jose. Okay. Nobody oppresses their people like their own people usually.
But see, the argument before was that, certain things would, and I'm not, again, this kind of diffuses, this kind of blows that up. But the argument before was, hey, if those were black officers, maybe they would see themselves in that person. Remember that? That's what people were saying.
Yeah, but power corrupts. But power corrupts, man.
Absolutely.
We're not talking about a manager at a store. We're talking about dudes who get power and immunity from shit that the average human being will never experience. So that plus being black and whatever, man, come on, dog. Power corrupts anybody.
And you remember what Ice Cube said? Black police showing off for the white cop.
Yeah, that's probably like in 90s LA. Now they just showing off because they got the badge.
Yeah, that's always there was always that thing that like you want to prove yourself, right? To this
you're not one of them. You're not one of them, and you're going right.
And again, we understand for somebody that's joining us, we understand that there may have been in this particular situation a personal element, right? Which is a whole other argument, right? Because now, listen, we all have jobs out here, and you want to be a professional at whatever it is. If you work at Subway, you need to be a professional. And I worked there. I was a professional sandwich artist. That's what they called us. God dang it, right? So you want to be a professional at whatever you do. So whatever is personally going on with you, once you hit that clock, you're supposed to leave that there, and now you're a professional, right? If you're in customer service, I don't give a damn if you're having a bad day. You gotta put on a smile, right? And you got to be customer service right now. That's your job. You got to be professional, right?
Right.
And to Jasmine's point that she made earlier, we should hold police to the highest possible standard in our society, right? So they, above anybody else, should be the most professional.
Right.
So if this is some type of a personal beef, if they can prove that this is some type of personal beef, then in my opinion, they should be prosecuted to the highest extent of the law.
Man, after that video, there's no way them dudes don't possibly get the death penalty, dude, or life in prison, man. I don't see it.
You know what's crazy, Blake, is that for me, once I saw it was black officers, I was like, damn, they finna get the harshest shit they can possibly get.
They did take swift.
It was,
it was very swift.
It wasn't no hesitate. It wasn't no paid administrative leave.
None of that shit, bro.
It was getting you the F up out of here quick.
Very fast, man. Because even the police force was taken back with what happened, bro. That was like, man, we ain't trained to this. Like, what the hell is this? Dog, that was wilding, man. But nah, they did do it pretty fast. But honestly, man, I'm happy. It's like you don't want nothing like that to happen at all. But if it was white officers, we know how this would have been blown up times 10. You think
it would have been bigger if it had been white officers?
Oh, way bigger, bro. Come on now. It would have been way bigger, man. That feeds into the media's trauma porn narratives, man. That would have been way huge if it was white officers, bro.
You know what's funny? Because there were protests, but the protests I don't feel like were really covered.
No. And they didn't have random stashes of bricks sitting in places either.
No, that's a good point. No. That's a really good point, Blake. You know what I'm saying? Like, people who were protesting police like I thought that we were protesting police brutality, right? And they were out in large numbers. I'm a person who doesn't believe in protests anymore. I feel like we've tried that path, and it got us to a certain point. And now I think it's time to do something different, right? It's like if you're working out, sometimes you got to change up your workout because, you've kind of, your body gets used to it. You know what I'm saying? I think that we've kind of gotten to a point to where, you know what I mean? Like it got to be but yeah, we had George Floyd, we had Trayvon Martin, we had Michael Brown. It was protest on all of that. All of that, what it has in common was that black man, white police, or black man, white person, or perceived white person in Zimmerman's case, right?
Yeah, man.
And people protested around the country in large numbers. With this, I do see protests, but I don't see the
not loud.
Yeah, I'm with
you. Plus,
they
took swift action though, so that's another thing. But I promise you, man, if they were white officers, it probably would have been riots. After seeing that, and honestly, I understand, bro, because that's what the media puts out a lot of times. It was prevalent, man. At one point, them white officers was fucking up black cats, heavy. You know what I'm saying? It was this country has a real dark history of racism, so it was really prevalent at one point in time. But now, as of recent, because honestly, man, if they just imagine that white officers beating on a black man like that, just like like they have no care in the world. I mean, I would understand if people went tore shit up in the streets, man, because they're like, no, we can't keep this shit can't keep happening. It'd be like, I wouldn't justify it, but I would be like, damn, man, I get it, man. That looks really fucking bad. It looks bad when it's black dudes, but it's not gonna get the same amount of coverage as if it was white dudes, though. Just not.
But that's why I was saying though that like, that's why I was kind of not glad, but it was kind of like this happened, and it was kind of like this was maybe because, like, again, I always thought that we were just protesting police brutality as a whole, not that it was a white thing, a black thing. It's like, no, this is police brutality. They are armed of, because even to the point that you made earlier, who's going to oppress you worse than your people? Listen, that goes back, unfortunately, if we want to, because we always got to go back here, but that goes back to slavery, right? They would always have a black person in charge of certain things that was oppressing the black. That was typical. Listen, every single slave rebellion, slave revolt, mass escape, anytime those plans were foiled, it was a black person that foiled those plans, right? So there was always those people in place, but they always acted as an arm, right, of the white supremacists. So I say that because I see these officers, and there's two things here. This could be something that's very personal. And if it's a personal thing, then that takes a totally different turn in this case. If it's just a personal thing, right? If it comes out that it's not personal, now we go back to just the basics, right? Of these are gentlemen who are cops who, believe that they had some type of special privilege. Now, I've also heard that maybe some of these brothers are even part of the, what do they call it? The Divine Nine. I heard that some of these brothers are Omega. I heard that 3 or 4 of these brothers are supposed to be Omegas.
Hey man, when I was at Tennessee State, I seen the Omegas beat the hell out of somebody in a party one time. Beat the hell out of that boy. I was like, man, what the hell could that possibly done? He break the line, get y'all bitch ass up. But it wasn't Omega. It was an oil spill, a Q oil spill, what they called him. Yeah, they beat the hell out of this dude, man. Damn, that's wild.
Yeah, I'm hearing that these brothers are black fraternity brothers. I don't want to put that on you. So let me say allegedly, because I don't want to put that on the Omegas if they ain't got to wear that jacket.
Them niggas ain't watching this. They somewhere jumping around and barking and shit and eating air coochie. That's what they at. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I like the Omegas though.
Okay, let's end this show this week with this. We're gonna talk about this tomorrow night, Wednesday night. That's probably gonna be the main topic. Did you see this shit with Lotto, the rapper Lotto, and her panties? Are you up on this?
I mean, how did her panties even? I would like to be her panties if I'm gonna be honest.
You're not up on this. Okay, so what happened?
No, I'm not.
The pic, and the pic was her wearing like some sweatpants, but she posted it intentionally to where you can see the panties out, right? And somebody pointed out, it was like, damn, you always wearing the same panties. They pointed out like another picture that she had prior. They pointed out like another picture from like, I guess several months ago with the same panties, right?
Yeah.
And so she was like, oh shit, the panty police is out.
I'm saying, sure they can't have a favorite pair of panties, man. Damn, who the panty watcher? What the fuck?
Right. That's what she was basically saying. Like, let me bring this up. Hold on. So here's the pic and the panties in question.
Man, it's a funny internet skit with a dude who they act like had the same drawers on, and he had to go home and show he had just the same color of the same drawers, like multiple. You ever seen that? Seen that joint? Bro, I'm surprised. If it's got to be under a post about her on that, because that happened. It was hilarious. But go ahead, my bad, G.
No, it's up though. This is her, right? The number that you're seeing there, let me tell you what she did. So that's the picture.
Have a BBL? Or is that natural?
I'm gonna assume it's a BBL.
Damn it, Lotto.
But what she did though, right? What she was like, since y'all saying that, you know what I'm saying? So since the panty police out, I'm just gonna sell these panties. So she put them on eBay. That number that you see there is what the panties got up to on eBay: $95,650.
Damn, that Mariah Carey song was big, huh? Because who the hell will pay $95,000 for Lotto panties?
For panties? Listen, if I'm a female celebrity right now, I might put some panties out here. Get to this bag.
Yeah, nah, man, that's the label, dude. The label, that's a good marketing thing right there.
You think the label ran the figures up?
Yeah, man, that's some label shit. I don't believe that. Ain't nobody paying that much for Lotto panties. You know who can get that? Cardi B could probably get that because Cardi B is a superstar. Nicki Minaj might get 250.
Are you downplaying how nasty these Negroes are in 2023?
I don't think a rich dude got time to keep up with Lotto draws on eBay. If you think about it, right? Let's say you got $95,000 to spend on some random panties from a female rapper, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think you're cruising the net to find out that they're available. You know what I'm saying? Like Lotto name ain't ringing in them type of circles. I wouldn't think.
Ooh, let's
what
go.
I'm saying? Like she's definitely, she's good at what she does. But come on, man, she's not Cardi or Nicki. Most notably Cardi. Lotto ain't even Shorty Glorilla. You know what I'm saying? Like Glorilla bigger than Lotto right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, I think that's the label running it up. It's a good rollout though. Honestly, she should drop a song because like I ain't heard Lotto name since the Mariah Carey sample. You know what I'm saying? Well, the Tom Tom Club, but Mariah Carey made it famous again with the Fantasy joint. But I ain't really heard her name since that song. So
yeah, it was
she needs to drop a song though, man. But that's some label shit, bro. I ain't gonna believe that somebody. I don't mean to be the one taking the fun away from it, but that sounds like some rollout label type shit, man. They just found a way to turn that negative into a positive, which is smart though.
Yes, very smart.
She got she got a powerhouse behind her. She had Mariah Carey on stage, bro. She not a nobody by a stretch, by a long shot, you know. So like, I believe her label ran them numbers up. But that's great marketing though, bro. That's great marketing.
Because like she also did an IG video where she went through her panty drawer, like showing everybody like, yo, I got a pair. She went through her panty drawer and showed that she has like 5 or 6 pair of those exact.
Bro, you gotta find this skit, bro. We'll find it. We're gonna find it after the show, bro. This is the exact thing that happened. He was at work, like he worked in like a warehouse setting. He was doing something, sitting down, his drawers were showing, and then dude walked up behind him, put up his shirt, say, look, them the same drawers. He was like, what? No, these are the same drawers. Dude, we gotta find that skit, bro. That shit is hilarious, dude.
Yeah, no, she went out there and she was like, yo, I got like 6 pair of these, you know what I'm saying? She was like, these are my she was like, these are my what she called? She said, these are all from Target. These are my Target drawers. Which
man,
again,
fine too, man. She fine as shit.
If she's not getting a bag from Target, she should be, because she put Target on heavy in that little thing.
She probably is, man. Lotto look good. She was a pretty girl, man. Like, why somebody panty watching? That's weird, man. The internet people are nuts, man.
Yeah, that's what the internet do though. They like, this
I
bitch
don't
can't
be famous.
She's supposed to be popping, but she can't even. She got the same drawers on.
Bro, I don't want to be famous, bro. Y'all can have that shit. I'm good. You
know what I thought when I heard them say that?
Who are these niggas?
That's what you thought?
Yeah, who are these fucking niggas that's watching people panties?
When's your first time using the drum machine tonight?
It is the first time using it. No, that's the second time actually.
Well, you know what? Being at the topic, you can't use no gunshots, no sirens. Everything would have been appropriate, right? Everything would have been appropriate.
I was like,
everything would have been inappropriate. So yeah, I understand. This was the right. Yeah, it was the right time.
No doubt. Yeah. All right, let's get up out of here, man. We'll be back next Tuesday, man. We got something planned for y'all. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with us tomorrow night.
Hope it's happy news.
Lotto and her panties. We also will talk about birthday sex. We ain't talking about birthday sex in a while, man. It's some of the best shit you can do. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with that, man. And let's leave y'all with what we are calling a no strings attached classic. We'll leave y'all with this for the night. Let's go.
My bitch runs the street at night, and I can't sleep. I'm saying